do it. Welcome to the SFH podcast. Let's see. Should we start with a little intro? Tell
Sure.
us about yourself, Travis.
Yeah. So I'm Travis. I'm our sales rep. Do all of our wholesale across all channels. So I do our stores, gyms, sports teams, college professional. But yeah, so that's kind of my role. My background, it comes from sports medicine. I was an athletic trainer prior to sales. So I've worked in college sports. I've done some stuff at the high school level in professional sports. And so just bringing that over and blending our sales role with that background, I feel like transitions really well.
Yeah, that's awesome. My name is Erin. I help SFH with marketing, but I'm also a nutritionist and personal trainer. I've been a trainer for over 10 years now. And then my background, of course, played Division I lacrosse. So I've always been an athlete in athletics and very into just nutrition and fitness as a whole. So love working for SFH and everything that they stand for as a company is pretty cool. So let's see, Travis. Let's start with creatine. Can you tell us a little bit about creatine? I feel like creatine is it's like a craze right now.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit about creatine and why people should supplement with creatine specifically.
Yeah, sure. So I think it's kind of funny that creatine is finally having its day in the spotlight, right? It is the most researched supplement on the market, and it's creatine monohydrate specifically. So when you're looking at creatine, what it's doing is kind of refueling your body or topping off the tank, right, of the phosphocreatine that's already in the body. And so its goal basically is to be recruited and used during fast twitch or high intensity exercise the first 10 or so seconds. It's that first quick burst. And so when you're supplementing with creatine from a fitness side of things, it is kind of replenishing what you've used and then promoting an environment to where your body can recover. So it's not necessarily the creatine that's giving you the gains or the mass or whatever what you're looking for. It's what creatine is doing for you, kind of putting you in this optimal position to really be able to train hard, recover, and then go back at it the next day. But I think what's really cool now is the other benefits that are coming out, right? You're getting conversations about concussion protocols. You're getting conversations about brain fog. I mean, there are so many new research studies out there. It's hard to keep up with, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think if you have a goal of just, maintaining fitness, getting the benefits of the creatine, a 5-gram scoop is what you need. Or definitely something that you should think about, right? But obviously would always encourage people to kind of do some research on their own before buying any supplement anyway.
Yeah. I feel like creatine's always been super popular with athletes and, again, like you said, high intensity sports, but now the general public is kind of catching on to creatine and seeing all the benefits too when it comes to building lean muscle mass and brain health, even like older people with Alzheimer's and as you age, you have the bone density loss and muscle loss. So supplementing with 5 grams of creatine daily definitely helps to maintain muscle as you're getting older and aging.
Yeah, it's definitely got its place.
It's a great supplement. Definitely one of the top that I would always recommend for majority of people aside from pregnant or breastfeeding, just because there's not a lot of research on if it's safe for those populations. So definitely, obviously, you want to talk to your doctor. But creatine is just an awesome supplement overall. SFH is creatine specifically. So we use the tried and true creatine monohydrate, which is the most studied and well-backed.
Yep.
1 scoop is 5 grams, and we have 60 servings in our tub. So, I mean, you can talk about that based on pricing. And, there's a lot of chat on creatine gummies. People are, wanting to now purchase creatine gummies, which, again, not the most, I don't know, how would you say that on creatine gummies?
Yeah, I mean, that's a touchy subject,
Yeah.
I think, with those, because they are hot right now as well. And I think everyone is looking for a way to get creatine in. I think that everybody's got enough powders or capsules, so they're looking for the alternative route for the gummies. The thing you have to worry about with the gummy is how much are you actually taking in. And unless it's, truly tested by things like NSF Sport, Informed Sport, you can't really guarantee in the gummy how much you're actually getting. So that's the hard part of it. And even still, if you can guarantee that you're, let's say, 1 gram of creatine per gummy, that's still 5 gummies to get your 5 grams of creatine if you're taking 5 grams. So it's a volume thing. And then obviously, like I said, just like the amount per serving, is it right or is it wrong? As far as like what's listed in the product. But I think to each their own when it comes to taking a product. Like, how do you want to take it? Right. There's no wrong way. I think if you're taking a supplement, that's a clean supplement. It's tested. It's backed. As long as you're getting it in, I think that's the main overall goal, right? So yeah, I think
from a consistency standpoint, I would say SFH. I like it just because it's unflavored. It mixes well. Like I've had it just with water. It's fine, but you can also mix it with electrolytes, and it's just easy. Just one scoop, shake it up with some electrolytes or whatever. That's how I prefer to take mine.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of make like a kind of jokingly say a creatine cocktail, right? So you can put it in whatever you want, whether it's a juice, whether it's, like you said, an electrolyte. I throw mine in my protein shake. It's unflavored. I can't even tell that it's there, right? But I'm getting my 5 grams of creatine just by putting it in there. So yeah, from a consumer standpoint, super easy, and I think a little bit more like consistent to use a powder versus a gummy. But again, to each their own when it comes to, how they want to take it.
I feel like there's also a lot of talk on creatine and it making women bulky. A lot of women are nervous to take creatine because they think it's going to make them bulky, or it makes me retain water weight is a really popular thing that I hear women say that, I started taking creatine and I gained a bunch of weight. But it is, I mean, when you take creatine, it fills the water in your muscles up. So it's like pumping up your muscles with water. So you are going to have a little bit of water weight and like initially when you start taking the creatine.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I like to explain it as think about like blowing a balloon up on top of your muscles. It is drawing water in, right? So you are holding on to that. That's where that initial influx could possibly be coming from, is that, the water retention that comes from it. But what you should see is if you build a consistent routine of the supplement, the training or whatever kind of exercise you're doing, and your diet, that's going to level out back to what is quote unquote normal or what you expect. I think it gets kind of a bad rap of that, I'm too bulky or I've put on too much weight or what have you. And obviously it's always a rightful concern, but I think if you just dive into that product a little bit more, you can kind of understand like from a smaller like cellular level what's actually happening, and then be able to kind of follow the print from there.
Yeah. Next, we need to talk about magnesium glycinate. So this is one of our newer products in 2025. Recently, we launched it in Q1 of 2025, and it's a super popular supplement. It's definitely one of our more popular supplements now. Tell us a little bit about magnesium glycinate.
Yeah, so I think when we were categorized as the R&D stage of this product, there's so many forms of magnesium, and obviously everyone is very familiar with citrate. You can get that off the shelf at any of the stores basically. But our goal was for stress, relaxation, and promoting like that restful recovery. Because at SFH, we aren't just about in the gym, right? I think that's kind of where some things kind of get lost is the gym, what you're doing is a very, very, very small portion of your day, right? It's what happens outside of the gym that really, really, really helps you benefit inside the gym. There's a lot of words to say that, but that's kind of what I'm getting at. And so this magnesium product, we went with the glycinate form. And the goal of it, again, is to promote some of that relaxation, restfulness, and just helping your body recover from within, right? Inside out. I always say you can look good on the outside, but it matters what's happening, at a cellular level and a smaller level to be truly healthy, right? So again, that product just, if we're recovering better, I think we have a better shot of accomplishing what we want to happen in the gym overall.
Yeah, there are several forms of magnesium. I think there's over 7 forms of magnesium. There's citrate, threonate, and then again, our glycinate. And then we chose to do, so our SFH magnesium glycinate has 183 milligrams of magnesium, which I like because it's not overdoing it. So For majority of people, the RDA for magnesium is around 300 to 400 daily. So there's some categories of people like men and breastfeeding women who have the highest RDA for magnesium. So I mean, I just really like the magnesium glycinate that SFH has because it's 183 milligrams, 2 capsules. You can split the capsules up throughout the day, which is something that I do. So I do like 1 capsule in the morning, 1 capsule at night, just for overall muscle and nerve function and relaxation and promoting calmness. But you can also do the 2 capsules 30 minutes before bed if you're looking for more restful sleep. But yeah, the 183 milligram is great just if you're eating a whole food diet, which is something that we're really adamant about at SFH, is making sure that you're starting, supplements aren't there to replace a diet. So our the amount that's in our capsules or supplements is always just on top, like a sprinkle on top, to make sure that it's supplementing your diet and not replacing a healthy diet.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what like SFH is, stronger, faster, healthier. And it's not, we always like to say, like, it's not stronger, faster, healthier for this week. It's stronger, faster, healthier for a lifetime, right? And so what you'll see is a lot of our products, well, let me take that back. All of our products are designed to support that mission of stronger, faster, healthier for a lifetime. And I think the magnesium glycinate was an absolute, slam dunk for adding it to our product line for sure.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we did add it kind of around the same time. We have that vitamin K2, D3, and calcium capsule, which, Aaron, there's a lot of research out there of if you're taking K2, you need D3. If you're taking D3, you need calcium, something of that nature, right?
Yeah.
I may have messed that up, but in the
that's
scheme of things.
Yeah, that's correct. So they work synergistically together. And I see a lot of people that will take K2, but they're not taking the D3, they're not taking the calcium. And you really need to take all 3 together to make sure that it's digesting properly, right? Or otherwise the calcium will go straight to the artery. So it's helping just to make sure that you're absorbing all of the nutrients properly. Otherwise it's kind of like useless, right?
Yeah.
If you're just taking K2 on its own. So that's, one thing that's great about the SFH K2 D3 calcium is it's created to make sure you're absorbing it properly.
Yeah.
I love K2 D3 calcium for just obviously your bone support, but also immune function. So this is a great supplement for fall, winter, when you don't see as much sun. So making sure that you're getting the D3, the sunshine vitamin, and then just supporting strong bones. I'm always like getting old, hip injuries, all the things. So I always make sure I'm taking my K2 D3 calcium. And it's not something that you're going to feel right away. It's not like a creatine where you'll see in 12 weeks, oh, my muscles are bigger. But for overall immune function, just feeling well as you're aging, if you're over 30, I'm over 30, over 40, definitely should be supplementing with K2 D3 calcium. And a majority of our daily essentials, I think everyone over 30 should be supplementing with K2 D3 calcium. I think they should supplement with our omega-3s, magnesium, and creatine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, our daily essentials category for products, you'll see it if you do visit our website. It's on there. It's listed as daily essentials. And I mean, it wasn't hard to name that category, right? We could have not done that. We could have not grouped them together. But again, that mission of stronger, faster, and healthier for a lifetime, it's about like consistency daily, not when we feel like it. And so kind of guiding consumers or really just anybody that's got a general question about, hey, I don't know what I should be taking right now. If they happen to see that daily essentials tag on our website, I think that does them, that does a lot of good for them and gives them a little bit of direction, at least of where to start. And then obviously we're always available. If somebody does have a question, we're happy to answer it for them. So another slam dunk to our product line for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and SFH has been around for 15 years. So our CEO, Patricia Lay, and her father is the scientist behind all of the products. So it's family owned, and she's aging now. She's over in her 40s, and so I love that she's incorporating products that are helping, that she trusts in and believes in. We're not just adding these random products to our product lineup just to like try to sell. try
Yeah.
to make money is we want these products for ourselves.
Yes.
So that's something really cool about SFH.
Yeah. I mean, I think in a world full of like trendy topics, it's easy to go with that, kind of go with that stream, right? And follow what's hot. Um, but, realistically, that trend is going to fall off at some point. And so you have to, again, kind of create that product that does promote, right, consistency, continues to make people want to come back and they feel good about the product you're taking. But like you said with Patricia, she is introducing these products at a great time for us. I think we started in 2010, right? So it's almost going on 16 years with
Mhm.
SFH. And we had a great, great, great customer base that brought us to where we are now. We still have a great customer base, but the goal is to show them that as we age and as we change, we know that the consumer changes and we want to provide a product to them that we think ultimately will help, in that period of change, right? It's for every stage of life, not just like that time where we're always super active.
Yes. Yeah. And supplements, I feel that supplements, your supplement routine should change as you change.
Mhm.
So maybe when you're a teenager and in your 20s, you're young, you don't need supplements. Your joints, your muscles are pretty much in their prime. But as you start aging, as you become pregnant, as you become a mom, after injuries or surgeries, you might need certain supplements
Yeah.
to,
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think all of us can speak to that for sure.
yes.
For sure. So,
When I had surgery back in 2020, I had hip repair surgery, labral repair, FAI repair, all of that. So I was like tried and true. I made sure I took my fish oil every single day.
mhm.
And I swear that helps just with inflammation and recovery through surgeries. I think everyone should be taking their fish oil.
Yeah, no, I think it kind of like leads us to our next thing. We
Yeah.
can kind of go to omega 3s. I think you hit it, right? Definitely in a time where we are recovering from injury or we're stressing our body more. You can kind of look at that in two lenses, right? Of I'm recovering from injury, inflammatory levels are probably a little bit higher, right? And I'm trying to promote healing from the inside. Or I'm in a higher volume training block. Maybe I should really prioritize my omega 3. I think, again, I've said it already, but I think going back to the habit of it, right? So it's not just like, oh, well, this time I've got to make sure I've got it. But I think, again, knowing when to prioritize omega 3 because of those benefits, is something that is available and really we should be doing.
Mhm. Tell us about SFH omega 3s. Why are they?
Yeah.
I think SFH is super omega 3 is the top on the market.
Yeah.
If it's not the top, it's top 5 for sure
Mhm.
when it comes to sourcing and quality. So tell us a little bit about
Yeah, no,
SFH
definitely.
omega 3s.
Yeah. So, I mean, I won't lie. I'm going to grab our bottle here for a second. And just kind of, there's so much on our bottle. I feel like if I don't at least have it in my hand to speak to you guys, I'm going to miss something. So, the biggest thing on our fish oil is the sourcing, right? We've never cut corners at SFH and we're not going to. That starts with sourcing. And so for our super omega 3 capsules and our super omega 3 liquid, we're using Alaska Omega. So for those that aren't familiar with that, that is they're a fishing company, right? They do all of our sourcing for us. Where is it coming from? It's the Bering Sea. We're using wild caught Alaskan pollock. And so the importance of that is just a clean fish, right? The other options are kind of those dirtier fish, the anchovies, the sardines, the tilapia. Sometimes you do see that in a product. And I always go to, hey, if you wouldn't order that fish off the menu at a restaurant, why would you put it in a capsule and take it and put it in your body, right? And this is something I always try to make people aware of. And then on top of that, so you have some certifications that come with it. You get the NSF cert. It's certified for sport. So that's us sending it to a third-party testing. We have absolutely nothing to do with that other than sending them the product. They run it against banned substances. They look at our list. They say exactly what you're saying is in that product, and there is nothing in there like additional, that isn't already on the label, right? And so for that, what you're looking at, our fish oil, it's the amount of fish oil per serving that you're getting. So you're getting 2 grams of fish oil per serving. The importance of that being like that's 2 capsules per serving, right? So basically 1 gram per capsule. when you go to buy any product off the market, look at the serving size. Look
Mhm.
at the amount per serving, right? So like that, our product runs at $44.99. You go look at a product and they say, hey, we're selling it for $25. That's great. How many capsules are in it? And what are you getting from it, right?
Mhm.
So if you have so ours is 90 servings, right? Or sorry, 90 capsules. It's 45 servings, 2 capsule servings. So if you flip it over and you look at another product and it says 30 servings, 1 capsule, and you're getting 750 milligrams of fish oil to meet the recommended, intake, you've got to almost triple that,
Mhm.
right? So now you're down to 10 servings in that $30 bottle. So I think that's something that sets us apart, is what we're giving you in the bottle, where it's coming from, and then the certifications to back it up, right? Those are super important, and you can buy with confidence and trust in SFH that
Mhm.
we're giving you another product that is beneficial.
Yeah. So I'm pregnant now. It's my second pregnancy, and I take SFH Super Omega 3, but I just out of curiosity, I purchased some of these. It's a super popular brand. Actually, I'm not going to name drop on here and call them out, but it's a pack of prenatals, and it comes with, everything that you need for your first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. And the fish oil pill is like, I don't know if you can see this on camera. It's like this big.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the blend, because I was just super curious, and I looked at the blend of fish, and it's like sardines, and
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't think I'm, I don't
Yeah.
think I'm gonna take sardines. Like, I'd
Yeah.
rather take SFH fish oil, which I know is coming from fresh caught. It's cold extracted, which means that they process it like right away, so you're not getting like fish that was sitting out for 2 days
Yeah.
and then put into a fish oil pill. And then the fish oil pills that, for SFH you get 2 of them, and they're larger, and they are large. People complain that they're large, but think about how much you're getting in that serving. Like, they're larger because you're getting more,
Yeah.
which is what you need.
Yeah, it was also larger too because we do that enteric coating on top of that, and so
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know the benefits of that. Really, that is to help with I tell people in the simplest form, that enteric coating is to help it get to where it needs to get
Mhm.
to do its job, which is obviously a laundry list of things that it's doing for you. But if it's not getting down, not getting where it needs to be digested,
Yeah.
you're not really getting the true benefits of it. And then also you're going to burp it up the rest of
Right.
the day. So
No, I get so again, I tried the prenatals from that one company, and the fish oil in that package is not enteric coated. You could tell because it's shiny. So our pills, when you look at them, they're dull because it has enteric coating on it, which helps you digest it properly. But I was getting so nauseous, felt like so sick after taking those pills, and of course you get TMI, but fish burps, which is disgusting, and no one wants that, especially when you're in your first trimester. So I quickly switched back to SFH. I'm like, why am I taking this?
Yeah.
When I know that SFH's super omegas are just higher quality, way better. You're getting way more per serving. But yeah, EPA, DHA, and EPA are super important when you're pregnant. So making sure that I have a high quality source is super important for me.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Our top product is our super omegas, right? I mean, that they've been around the longest, but who's buying them? The professional sports teams, they're super popular with all the sports teams. I mean, a majority of your favorite NHL, NFL, NBA players and teams are taking SFH's Super Omega 3. We can't name drop here today, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I think that is
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I think that's something that a lot of our base doesn't necessarily know because we don't market that, right? We're not in it for that, right? We're in it again to support the recovery, the performance, stuff like that, right? And so for SFH prior to 2024, so I started in 2023. We had some professional sports teams, some college sports teams. It was kind of hit or miss, right? But in this past year, we're actually in 22 sports teams across NCAA, the NFL, and then the NBA. And so the way that kind of breaks down is we work with one NBA team. We work with 5 NFL teams. And so you do the math on that. The rest of that is, those collegiate sports programs. We're actually represented at this point in all of those major, whether you consider it Power 4, Power 5. We won't get into that argument on a supplement podcast, but we're we're actually represented in all of those major sports conferences. And so the biggest product that they're using is actually our liquid omega. And that is obviously what they're putting their body through, right? Day in and day out, whether in season or out of season, they've got to get those inflammatory levels under control and promote like healing again from inside out. And so you think, how can we do that? That is just the amount of, total omegas that you're getting in our product, right? So that liquid is 4.5 grams per serving. And so a lot of those teams are putting it in I had one of them the other day they told me it was their fish oil cocktail. And they're just dropping it into other liquid vitamins, and they're handing out little, almost like medicine cups, as the guys or girls are coming out of the weight room or heading to practice or what have you. So that has been super successful for us in that market. Again, with that NSF certified stamp, that really backs us up, and it's something that those individuals that are making the choices can feel confident using.
Someone once told me the super omegas were a fountain of youth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always what I think about.
Yeah.
Whenever I look at our fish oil, I'm like, I gotta get that fountain of youth in.
Yeah, absolutely. I might need some. I don't know.
Trying to stay young. I guess on the topic of our daily essentials, we are adding 2 more products to our lineup. Hopefully later this year, potentially early 2026, but that is NAD Plus and CoQ10.
Yeah. So
we can start with CoQ10 because Recover, our whey protein, has CoQ10 in it, but we are planning to do away with the Recover just because unfortunately it's not as popular product, which is like, I want to shake people that they don't think Recover is like a great product, because you have on top of the whey, you have the CoQ10, which is great for joints and aging and joint health. But then you also have the creatine already added in it, leucine, everything in it. So we've literally had CoQ10 in our Recover product for the last 15 years.
Yeah. I mean,
so we'll be planning, so we'll be making the CoQ10 a standalone.
Yeah. So we've always believed in it, right? It's super important for those areas of high stress or those organs of high stress. And so what you hear a lot of times is CoQ10 is mentioned with like cardiovascular health, just for its benefits there. And then it's also like, it's a very, very, very important antioxidant. So I like to tell people it's kind of like the flush, right? It helps kind of push out the bad things, but also promote an environment to where you can recover from the stress, good stress, right? Whether it's training, daily life, what have you, you can recover from those things or help recover from those things a little bit better. I mean, CoQ10 is a new product for us, but again, in a standalone form, it's something that we have agreed on and stood on since the beginning.
Yeah, and there's 2 forms of CoQ10. There's ubiquinone, which is the one that we've always used and we're planning on putting in the standalone. And there's also ubiquinol, which is more of like a newer, but the ubiquinone, which, we always go for the most heavily researched, science-backed forms, which is the ubiquinone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think so. If I'm correct, like the ubiquinone eventually is like broken down to ubiquinol to be used in the body. There's just not a lot of research out there yet on taking ubiquinol as a product, as a standalone supplement yet. Obviously, as continues to develop and advance, there's always room for like reformulations or changes, definitely.
We're not the scientists.
Yeah, we're not the scientists. We are not the scientists.
We are not the scientists.
We are not the brass. We're not the scientists. We're the sales reps and marketing team.
We just love we're just here for the products.
Yep.
We take all these products regularly. We always joke if we don't work for SFH.
I have a very expensive supplement habit these days.
Spending a lot of money on our supplements, but at least SFH has decent prices compared to the majority of companies. Along with CoQ10, we are also coming out with NAD Plus, which is, I feel it's also pretty popular right now. I'm seeing a lot more talk on NAD Plus, but it is something that our CEO, Patricia, has been taking for a while, and she's always wanted to. She's been talking about it for the past, year or 2.
Yeah, at least.
That she's been taking it, and it helps with energy and helps to convert into cellular energy. So it's helping you with natural energy. So, a lot of people are resorting to caffeine and energy drinks.
Yeah.
Well, why not just, take an NAD Plus supplement and get your energy from the inside out naturally?
Yeah, I mean, it can kind of help as well. Some of the benefits with like DNA repair, which is obviously a very, very, very big possibility, but also a big claim at the same time. So again, I think it's a great product and it's a hot topic right now, but there needs to be just some more published research on it, I think. Or again, always just encouraging individuals to go back and do some self research to see if it's something that they would benefit from. But I mean, Aaron, what like if you could tell kind of one group of like demographically, like who should be taking this product when it hits the market from us?
I would say anyone over 40,
Mhm.
potentially everyone over 30,
Yeah,
especially people that are tired all the time. I
me.
would say parents.
Mm,
This one's probably for you, but if you are looking for anti-aging,
mhm.
so a lot of people are chasing anti-aging. That's a super hot topic right now.
Yeah,
So anti-aging, and this is just a natural way to help with the anti-aging process because it's helping with your cellular energy and restore and DNA repair and all of that.
yeah,
So I would definitely say this is a great product for the over 40 and then, in your
possibly.
30s possibly,
Cool.
and you're just looking for some more energy
So since I'm only
on the inside out.
29, I don't have to take that yet.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
get one
All
more
right,
year.
cool.
One more
All right.
year.
Yeah, one more
You
year.
hit 30, then you probably should start taking the
Got it.
Immunity
Okay,
Plus.
cool. Yeah, sweet.
Travis, you were an athletic trainer,
Yeah,
so you
unfortunately,
should know. You
for a
worked
little
with
bit.
we worked with a lot of athletes. If you had to choose 3 products
Mm,
for athletes and even just everyday athletes,
mhm.
which are you choosing?
It's kind of hard because there's a lot there's a lot of products that you could throw into that category. I think it all starts what's your diet look like, and where do you kind of feel like you're falling short in that. If you're not getting your the RDA for protein for you specifically, a high quality whey protein would be like my staple, right? Starting with that, we've talked a little bit about the creatine. I think its benefits definitely outweigh not taking it. So I'm lumping creatine into that category just for everyday benefits, not necessarily training benefits and things like that. And then the omega-3. I think everyone, unless you're eating fish day in and day out, everyone's falling short of that, the omega-3 level we're looking for, the omega-3 index you're looking for. And so if you can supplement that, I think controlling the inflammatory levels, promoting like high quality whey protein, and then using creatine just kind of as like that everyday benefit buffer, I think you've got a pretty good stack with those 3 products for sure. If you had to choose 3 products to take from SFH for the rest of your life, what would you take?
That's a good question because I feel like it's going to change. So, based on where I'm at in my life. So, currently, I am pregnant. So, I'm going to be taking omega 3s absolutely because it's super important when for EPA, DHA. So, omega 3s are definitely going to be in that current stack. I would say magnesium glycinate. So, the RDA for magnesium is higher for pregnant and breastfeeding women. So, that's definitely something I want to be taking right now. And then I would say probably a pure whey
Mm-hmm.
because I am not eating enough protein right now. If you saw my diet my first trimester, it was just straight bread.
Yeah.
Bread and noodles.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta eat whatever you can, right?
Yeah. So we're in second trimester now. I'm able to eat a little bit more, but I'll be sneaking my pure whey in anyway. This morning I had a smoothie with a little pure whey just so I can make sure I'm hitting those protein goals and making sure my body's doing well and recovering well and I'm staying feeling good. But
I mean, you were part of that like really, really, really big High Rocks movement there
yes.
at the beginning.
Oh yeah, well that was what I was going to say. So if you asked me the same question 8 months ago when I was, training for High Rocks, totally different. So I would say creatine. I was taking creatine every single day to help with recovery and muscle repair. I was still taking omegas though, because with, prior hip injuries and all the training that I was doing, I definitely wanted the anti-inflammation benefits from an omega-3. And then probably, I think the third would have been magnesium. And I was taking 2 capsules 30 minutes before bed just so I was getting more restful sleep. Because obviously the better you're sleeping, the better you're recovering. So those were my top 3
Those are
like
3.
8 months ago.
Yeah, those are 2 pretty
8
good
months ago.
stacks.
Now,
I can't
if
argue.
you ask me in 10 years, 15 years, when I'm over 40, I'm going to have a different answer for you, which I'm probably going to be taking the NAD plus for the energy support because I'm going to have 3 children, 3 boys I'm going to have in 15 years that are.
Good luck.
Yes. So I'm definitely going to be needing the NAD plus because I'm going to be aged probably like 30 years in 10 years. So I'll be taking NAD plus. I will probably take CoQ10 again, just for the benefits when it comes to energy and cellular repair. And then I'd probably say creatine, be back on my creatine.
Yeah.
Just for, again, as you get older, sarcopenia, you start losing muscle mass a little bit easier as you age. So I definitely want to make sure I'm taking my creatine regularly. And then that also helps with my brain health.
And those are 3 pretty good stacks.
That's 3 good stacks for
3 pretty good.
3 different of me's.
Yeah, 3 different U's for sure.
3 different me's. What about you? What are your 3 right now?
3 right now. I love our magnesium glycinate. Hands down, I sleep so hard when I take it. It sets me up really well for the next
Talk
day.
about your drool on your pillow.
Oh man, that's bad.
Your dreams.
Yeah, dreams,
Crazy
drool,
dreams,
all
drool.
of it. Yeah, so that would definitely be number 1. I love our Fuel strawberry. Fiber is super hot right now, and while there is fiber in that, I just love the fact it tastes like strawberry milk, and I'm getting my protein in.
Fuel strawberry is so good.
Yeah, so that will literally never change whether I'm 29 or 99. And then an omega-3. I kind of go back and forth between our liquid and our capsules. It just kind of depends on where I'm at. I know prior to actually about a year from now, prior to this, I had 2 shoulder surgeries in like 6 months. And so my body was like in this freak out mode of what do I do? How do I handle this inflammation? How do I heal? I'm not healing. I've got to have another one. What's going on? And so really just prioritizing like getting those inflammatory levels back under control to help give me kind of the best shot to get back to like quote unquote normal for me was at that time. So that's my stack in a nutshell. Yeah.
Can you break down the different products that have whey protein in them? Because some people get confused with our Pure, Recover, Fuel. What do I take?
Yeah.
What's in it? Why?
Yeah. So to make sure everybody understands, like, because on the front of our bag, it'll say, 30 grams of whey protein concentrate. And then if you flip it over on the back of the bag, it'll say, I think it's 22 or 23. And we get a lot of questions about that. Well, a whey protein concentrate versus a whey protein isolate. That whey protein isolate is exactly what it sounds like. You've isolated the protein molecule from everything else. It's not a natural, it's not its most natural state, right? And so SFH looked at this and said, if we're going to make natural products, why would we put in something that's not in its most natural state? That most natural state's a whey protein concentrate. So 80% of that number on the front of the bag is protein. The other 20% is necessary carbs, fats, lactose, all of the smaller things that are in there. And the importance of that is if you're using a whey protein concentrate, your body is able to understand a little bit better what to keep, what to get rid of. I tell people if they're using an isolate and they get kind of like that upset stomach and stuff, what's happening or possibly happening is imagine like a little fist fight, right? Your body is like, I need to keep something, but I also have to get rid of something. And so if it's just all protein, what does it keep? What does it get rid of? Your body gets confused. And so that's a great way to look at it, I think. But we use a whey protein concentrate. We have 3 different products that have it in it. We have the pure whey protein. That's our basis for everything. That pure whey protein is actually sourced out of New Zealand. It's grass-fed and free-range cattle. So the importance of that basically is that the environment in New Zealand, they're 12 months outside free-range grass-fed, not 6 months free-range grass-fed, 6 months brought inside and given a grain diet or what have you. So that's the importance of that. Again, just another great source for our products. So Pure is our standalone whey protein product, great for any time, whether you're post-workout, trying to hit your protein goal, smoothies, what have you. That Fuel whey protein, that is hands down to me kind of our best product. I think the combination of whey protein, a healthy fat and a healthy fiber, you get the apple pectin and coconut milk powder in there. What we're looking for is like sustained energy with that product. So like for me, I do it in the morning as part of my breakfast. The fiber in there ties me to lunch. Fiber does what it does. I'm full a little bit longer, but I'm also getting the benefits of protein. So you can really take that again any time of the day. The only time we don't recommend it is after your workout, and that, like people say, the 1 hour window, just because of the fat content that's in there. There's something on a smaller level that happens. It's just not the best time to take it, but you can take it really any other time of the day. And then our Recover product, I know that we are in the process of kind of phasing that one out to reformulate or reformulate, bring back, or what have you. We've got some changes coming to that one. But that Recover product is the most all-encompassing product on the market. So you get the whey protein content that's in there. You get 2.5 grams of creatine monohydrate. You get the CoQ10. You get Frutex B, which is a joint supplement. It helps with the inflammatory levels. It's a lesser-known product, but again, it's got a lot of benefits to it. You get the great BCAA content that's in there, the leucine, isoleucine, things like that. So all of that put together, it's in the name. I 100% recommend taking that product if it's right for you and is safe for you after you've done all your research and spoken with like your provider that after you train, there's no better product to take. You're getting all of that in one scoop.
Pretty good.
Are you buying
I'm
SFH?
proud of us.